Hi friends, so my name is Asim Jain and today I'm going to challenge you to implement the map in 10 minutes. You can choose whatever language you like for the programming. So are you up for the challenge? So let's code it. You give it a try and then you can come back to this video and I'll explain you as I code. So basically, you might all have used the map before. So a map is just a data structure where you have the key and the value. So you save something by key and then you retrieve it by value. For example, here you are trying to put. So as part of this challenge, you need to implement the hash map from scratch. So how hash map would work is we would have some buckets and then based on the key we will implement the values in particular bucket. So let me code it, then this diagram will make sense. Otherwise I would be explaining it for 10 minutes and time would go. So first of all, we need a list basically, and that would be the list of this is a test case. As you know that I love test driven development, so I would be coding it like that. So first thing is you need an array. So this array would be of linked list. So what we are trying to do, we are making the array of linked list, not of integer. So what we do is linked list. We have linked list and that would be of type value. Now what is this value? So value is just a simple class which is having the key and the value inside it. So we have this and then you say new and then you have linked list and then you can pick any value for length. For example, we have 3, and what would you call this as? Array, or what I would say as map. For example, map, right? Now next step, so we have a map of this guy. So second thing is we have to implement the put method inside it. So let's do void put, and you will be asking for a key and a value which could be integer. So as soon as someone gives you, so you need to save that inside the array, like here, and then there will be few buckets which would be linked based on the code. So first important thing is the hash code. So you need to get the hash code and the particular bucket where you are going to save. So we would say get bucket, where you would save that data, and that would be the k. Based on the k you would do that. So let's create this method. So first thing would be your k dot hash code. Since we say that we are trying to do a hash map, so it would make sense that first thing is we would take the hash code and we would call it as h. So this is our hash, like the implicit hash code for the string. Second thing is based on the hash code we will find that where it would sit in our array, whatever is the max length for that. So you need the index to make it sit here. So you would do hash code and then you would do a mod function and then you would divide it by the array dot length, like you call it as map dot length. So whatever would be the value remainder, so you can like google it or understand it, but in short, let's say the hash code is 9,042,000 and blah blah. So you don't have that much items here, you have a finite number of items. So what you would do by doing a mod function, you will divide it by that number and whatever is the remainder would come, that would be the index. But at time it could be negative as well. So you would do math dot absolute function. That would take care of making the negative number as positive. So now you have a positive index. Now at that index, first you would try to get the, uh, from the map, you would try to get if it's null or if it's not null, like whatever the value you get. So for example, you would get a linked list here. You can call it as bucket. So if this bucket is null, so you can write it this way: if this bucket is null, which means at index there is no value, so now you need to add a linked list. So what you would do is you would create a new linked list. So you would assign a bucket is equal to new linked list, and that's it. So either you get the value or you don't get the value. If you don't get the value, you would create a new one and then you would return the bucket, and you can make this guy return the same thing over here. So this is pretty much it. You are getting the hash code, you are getting the index, and then based on that you are trying to get the bucket. Now once you get the bucket, let's do this here as well. In that particular bucket, you are supposed to save the data. So since bucket is linked list, you can do add first. So first, then you need to create the key value. So you would say new and then the value, and what value takes is a key and a value, as simple as that. So you are able to successfully make a put inside your map. So let's run these test cases and see if there are errors. We'll fix that. So what error we got here? This is related to the test case, which is fine. We will cover this in next challenge actually. Now let's run this. Cool. So this is it. In next challenge, you need to implement the the get method from the map. So see you in next video. Bye.